Hello and welcome to the Soulful of It podcast. I'm your host, Carrie Raquel, and today it's just going to be you and me in this conversation. In solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement, there will not be another podcast episode this month as usual. We are participating in the podcast Blackout, which was started by the Colt 45 podcast. I want to start this episode by saying that this is not about me. I also want to own my white privilege up front and share that I am taking time to actively work on educating myself on the topics of systemic racism, microaggressions, white supremacy, and much more in an effort to become a better listener and ally to people of color, and specifically to the Black community. I also encourage you to become educated on the deep-rooted issues around equity and racism in the United States, and I will share a few resources at the end of this episode to help you get started on that journey. To the Black community, I want to say, I am so sorry. This should not be happening, but it is. And unacceptable is not strong enough a word to describe how incredibly fucked things are right now, and have been for generations. And I am so very sorry that in 2020, we are still seeing Black lives being taken and Black people being treated so inhumanely. The issue of racism in America is massive and ongoing. We see it in the ways that history is taught in schools. We see it in executive boards where there's not a single Black person present. We see it in our extremely corrupt prison system. It's everywhere you look, and it's disturbing in every way. As a white person, I know that I can never fully understand the discrimination you face every day. And I also want to own that I haven't been as vocal as I believe that I should be. That won't be the case moving forward. I am committed to fighting for racial equity and justice, and I stand beside the Black community in full support in defunding the police, but that is still only the beginning. I believe that Black lives matter, and I also intend to use my voice and my platform to amplify the Black community, reinforcing the affirmation that holds this podcast together. I lift others up as I myself rise. I believe that racism isn't only an issue for the Black community. It is an issue for every human being on this planet. All lives truly do not matter until Black lives matter. We must all fight for what's right and nothing less. As inspired by the Colt 45 podcast, I will now read a list of Black victims of police violence. And sadly, this is just a snapshot of the many whose lives have been stolen by police brutality in the United States. I share their names, ages, and the year their lives were horrendously taken at the hands of the citizens bearing blue uniforms and badges sworn to protect them, who have failed them, their families, and all of us with their unacceptable choice to take a human life. I share this all to honor them and to bring awareness to the epidemic of violence against people of color, and specifically the Black community. Trayvon Martin, age 17, 2012. Tamir Rice, age 12, 2014. Eric Garner, age 43, 2014. Sandra Bland, age 28, 2015. Michael Brown, age 18, 2014. Freddie Gray, age 25, 2015. Philando Castile, age 22, 2016. Atatiana Jefferson, age 28, 2019. Ahmaud Arbery, age 25, 2020. Breonna Taylor, age 26, 2020. George Floyd, age 46, 2020. Deion Johnson, age 28, 2020. Tony McDade, age 28, 2020. Now, I'd like to address my white and non-Black listeners directly. It is on us to educate ourselves on systemic racism and white supremacy. I will now share a few resources, and I highly encourage you to dig deeper and find more resources on your own. And I encourage you to share those resources and do the work within yourself and your own community to begin contributing to a long overdue conversation about racism in this country. Here are a few things that you can do to be a part of the solution instead of the problem. Amplify Black voices and Black-owned businesses. When Black people share about their experiences, truly listen to what they have to share, even if it's uncomfortable to hear it. Understand that while you may be learning about racism, you're privileged not to be experiencing it every day. Make purchases from Black-owned businesses. For Portlanders, you can go to iloveblackfood.com to find a comprehensive list of Black-owned restaurants and cafes. A simple Google search for your city can likely pull up a similar list if you're not located in Portland. And if you don't see one, then perhaps your city needs someone like you to begin compiling and sharing such a list. Get to work. Sign and share petitions. We must demand police accountability and justice. We cannot assume that justice will be served without pressure from the people. We've seen already with George Floyd that if not for the horrific video evidence and the ongoing demands of the people for justice, that all 4 cops likely would have gotten away with murder. Breonna Taylor deserves justice. So does Tony McDade. And sadly, I'm sure that they are not the only ones. Read books like White Fragility, Me and White Supremacy, The New Jim Crow, and I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, or another book that speaks on the Black experience and provides insights around how to be anti-racist. Engage family members and friends in conversations around racism. Invite other white people or non-Black people of color into the conversation. Correct people who use racist slang, slurs, stereotypes, or who speak out microaggressions towards Black people. It likely won't be easy, but one uncomfortable conversation can plant a seed for change to begin to take root. This is one powerful and simple way that you can truly be a part of that change. Tuesday, July 7th is Blackout Day. On this day, we are all invited to not spend any money. The purpose of this is to bring awareness to Black Lives Matter and the need for immediate and ongoing action for racial justice. If you must spend money on this day, please spend it only on Black-owned businesses. Lastly, donate. Donate money to bail funds. Donate to Campaign Zero. Donate to the Innocence Project. Donate to the NAACP. Donate to the Black Visions Collective. Donate to the Minnesota Freedom Fund. Donate to Black people running for office. Cash App or Venmo Black members of your community. Put your money where your mouth is and use your monetary capital to support and uplift the Black community. There are a ton of other resources out there, and I encourage you to find them. We must work together to dismantle the racist systems that have continued to oppress Black people for decades. We must stand up for what is right and make sure that change really takes place. We must continue fighting long past today, tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year. We must actively work to build a future where Black people have equal opportunities to succeed, where Black people do not fear for their lives when they're doing everyday things. All lives don't matter until Black lives matter. So let's get to work to create real and lasting change by starting with ourselves and our communities.